My name is Simone Woodley. I'm a high school senior from Atlanta, Georgia. Academics didn't always come easy for me. My speech was slow to develop as a child, and by age 4, I was diagnosed with expressive language disorder and ADHD in the 5th grade. My parents were supportive and found helpful resources for me. Most of my teachers were helpful and understanding, but a few weren't. My 5th grade math teacher, Mrs. W., was so annoyed and impatient with me. She would roll her eyes when I didn't catch on as quickly as the other students. I eventually stopped asking for help. During a parent-teacher meeting, she spoke to my mom with such discouragement and negativity when describing my weaknesses in class. My mom told her about my recent ADHD diagnosis, the teachers and support I'd begun receiving, and even medication I've been prescribed on. My mom expected her to show some understanding and encouragement after hearing this, only for her to respond, "She'll probably always be a slow processor." I eventually made myself invisible in class and in others. This led to years of hiding in many areas. For years, I never asked for help, even if I desperately needed it. I rarely participated in class discussions out of fear of appearing stupid. Even when I knew the answer, I was too afraid to raise my hand. I shamefully covered my body from head to toe, wearing sweats and hoodies, even in the middle of summer. The shame had spread from my mind to my physical appearance. By high school, my very caring math teacher, Miss Alberti, saw more in me. After spending some time in her classes, she told my mom, it's not her lack of ability, it's her lack of confidence. Her academic confidence is extremely low. This realization that someone believed in me was like a cloud and weight had been lifted. I am so proud to be attending one of the best journalism schools in the country, the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University. My dream as a journalist is to bring more education to the general public and remove the stigma of non-traditional learning styles. As a journalist, I have plans to produce a documentary about some of the most brilliant ADHD and dyslexic minds. Two well-known billionaires, Bill Gates and Sir Richard Branson, are ADHD. Three of the most celebrated athletes, Michael Jordan, Simone Biles, and Michael Phelps, are ADHD as well. Whoopi Goldberg, Will Smith, Jim Carrey, Ryan Gosling, Adam Levine, Justin Timberlake, and so many more were diagnosed with ADHD. It's also reported that 30% of highly successful entrepreneurs are dyslexic. This includes Walt Disney, James Oliver, Damon John, Steven Spielberg, Ted Turner, Henry Ford, Steve Jobs, Tommy Hilfiger, and more. As a journalist, I want to tell the stories of families with non-traditional learning kids who are ADHD, dyslexic, and even autistic. I also want to educate the public on the strengths of these kids and teaching methods that best fit their learning styles. These kids have tremendous abilities once they discover their passions and God-given talents. This shows us not to underestimate the non-traditional learners, because you're missing the brilliance.